Okay, so Mena's Math Therapy is actually, as we said, is an educational platform. And currently, we are working on having two books, which will be released before the end of the year. Basically, for the exam classes, that's for SS3 students. One is quick maths, and then we have five keys to distinction in maths. Before the end of the year, we'll have that out. So, why maths? Now, looking at the why? What does it mean when we say why? Say for what reason or purpose? Why? Why means for what reason or purpose? Or expressing surprise or indignation. Why do I have to solve maths? Why do I have to love maths? Why? Used to add emphasis to a response. Used to add emphasis to maths. Why maths? Now we can look at maths in many acronyms, both the good and the bad. Now for the good ones, maths means M, mistakes, A, allow, T, thinking to, and H, happen. So maths is mistakes allow thinking to happen. That is very essential. One of the reasons is why we should love maths, or why math is maths mistakes allow thinking to happen. Another acronym is M for memory, A for accuracy, T for talent, H for hard work, and S for sincerity. So maths helps our memory, helps us to be accurate, helps us to be talented, helps us to be hardworking, and helps us to be sincere. Maths. Another lovely acronym is M, major ability that helps. So if you want to have an ability that helps, then maths is the right thing for you to know. So maths is major ability that helps. And a longer acronym is mathematics. M, miracle of nature. A, art of arithmetic. T, tool of knowledge. H, habit of problem solving. So if you have maths, if you know maths, then you will be good at solving problems. Now E, which stands for evaluation of civilization. M, magic of numbers. A, application of rules. C, tools of knowledge. I, ideas of intellect. C, creativity of algebra. S, science of learning. Mathematics is so wonderful, packed together. A lot of wonderful things packed together in maths that helps our everyday life and in everything. Please, this is a recorded meeting. Good evening. It is there, Abies. Good evening, Miss Faith. Welcome. And evening, Infinix. You're welcome. Please mute your mic when you join. It's a recorded meeting. Thank you, and you're welcome. So now, some other things, some other bad acronyms actually, which we shouldn't have, is mental abuse to human. So people see it that way. But by the end of this meeting, if you see maths in that way, we'll be changing your perspective. And also, maths is mind aching, terrible homework. A lot of people, a lot of children, a lot of adults, a lot of undergraduates, a lot of teenagers feel that that is what maths is. But by this evening, when you sit to the end of this webinar, you should be sure to love maths and see maths as mistakes allowing thinking to happen. Right. Maths is derived from the Greek word arithmos, meaning number. So maths is about numbers. Now, just a very quick one. We said it's the magic of numbers. We are all in the webinar together, so you can think of a number from picking a whole number from 1 to 10. So we have 1 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Think of a number and add 2 to it, multiply it by 2, subtract 2, divide by 2, and then subtract your original number. Anybody can answer. What's your number? What's your answer? Okay, yes. We have someone. The answer is 2. The answer is actually supposed to be 1. So maybe I'll say it again. Think of a number from 1 to 10. Add 2, multiply by 2, subtract 2, divide by 2, subtract your original number. What's your answer? Anybody? Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Rihi. Thank you. So your answer is one. So at least from this, we know that, okay, math is actually the magic of numbers. This is just one of the exciting parts of math. Very lovely. That whenever you pick any number from 1 to 10, you add number 2, multiply by 2, subtract 2. So if we have, let's say we pick 9, and we say add 2, that's 11, multiply by 2, that's 22, subtract 2, you have 20, divide by 2, you have 10. My original number was 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. Math is so lovely. So math is built upon a logical structure of patterns, rules, and procedures. Now, if you know the patterns, if you know the particular rules, we have laws of indices. Okay, I have x raised to the power of a times x raised to the power of b. If I have my indexes are the same, I have a raised power of 2, b, a raised power of 3. Wherever I have those indices as the same thing, whether in Nigeria, in Ghana, whatever country, when I add them, I just add the indexes. I have my answer as a 2 plus 3, which is a raised power of 5. If we know the procedures, if you know the rules, if you know the patterns, you're good to go with maths. Just know those particular rules, know the procedures, and know the patterns. Now you need to know the use of basic rules and sequences of steps helps to compute math more effectively. Very lovely. If you understand the laws, you understand the sequences. We have our laws of logarithm when you don't have to use tables. When they say, I hear a lot of students say, I don't like the logarithm that doesn't deal with tables. When you have to solve logarithm without the tables or without a calculator, all you need to know is the laws. When I have log A plus log B is log AB. Very simple. When you know these particular laws and you apply them, then you're able to solve math effectively. We have also what we call board math. There's brackets, of, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. When we follow these concepts, even if we have 3 times open bracket 2 plus 3, they said solve the bracket first. After solving the bracket, you multiply and then you add. So that is math. Very simple. Remember, we said what? Math is memory, accuracy, talent, hard work, and sincerity. Now, it also builds our intellectual values like our imagination, our memories, our observation, concentration, creativity, logical thinking, and reasoning, where you have to imagine a number. When they say a mother is 2 times her son's age. In 10 years' time or 10 years ago, she was 3 times her son's age. How old is she now? So you have to start thinking, imagining, okay, let the mother's age be X, right? And then okay, if we say it's 2 times the son's, let the son's age be Y, 2 times Y will be equal to X, and all that. So it helps us to imagine, memorize, observe, concentrate, be creative, think logically, and reason. Now, it's also a measure of intelligence. A measure of intelligence. How is it a measure of intelligence? When you are able to accurately add up numbers, when you're able to actually, we'll be looking at those things really in real life, how you can actually apply this math, and then you see how it's actually built and then it's a measure of intelligence. So, why do I have to study math? Why do I have to study maths? Before I go into that particular number one point, is also said here that mathematics is a fundamental part of the human thoughts. So I would say in this class that if you don't know maths, then you need to know it because it's a fundamental part of the human thoughts and logical and integral to our, at understanding the world and ourselves. Now, if you need to understand the world around you and understand you as a person, you need to know maths. Really, you need to know maths. I will be looking at how very soon. So, why maths is important? For goodness sake, why do I have to know the y, the x, and all that? X plus y, the logical reasoning, the algebra, the quadratic equations, and all that. Now, maths is good for your brain. That's the number one thing. And maths have more ideas. Those that know maths, mathematicians have ideas and are good entrepreneurs. Now you have to solve, thinking of different methods to actually solve a particular question makes you think and think of, okay, if I can use this method, beautiful. If I cannot use this method, I try another one. I keep trying and trying. And as entrepreneurs, when you have to think of something or try out something new, when it doesn't work out, you try out another method. When that doesn't work out, you try out another method. So maths is very important. It helps you to know that if this method doesn't work, there are other methods that I can actually apply. Another thing is math helps you with life skills. Someone who understands math is able to understand budgeting, forecasting, telling time, even sewing, understanding cost, and balancing bank accounts. So a very good mathematician will make a very good accountant, make a very good seamstress, will make a very good baker, and a whole lot of many other things. And even for weather forecasting, math is very important. Now, maths here, in maths makes you a better cook. Now, when you have to cook for 500 people, you're able to calculate, okay, I need a particular cup of rice, I need this amount of pepper, this amount of tomatoes. Okay, when I times this by 500, I'm able to know. Now, sometimes for cooking, say, okay, one noodle is equal to 10 people. So, for how many noodles do I need for 500 people? Something like that. Math helps you to do that. In sewing, we have a lot of calculations, dividing by two, multiplying by this, and all that. Dividing the body, my body circumference, divide by four, and a lot of calculations. And I cannot do that effectively if I don't know maths. At least the basics. It's important that you know maths. Why maths? So that I can be better at life experience, life things that happen in life, things that occur, things that I need to do, things that are necessary. That math increases your problem solving skills. Like I mentioned earlier, it helps you to think. When we have to say, okay, I'm looking for Y, we're always looking for X or we're looking for Y, always in math. It applies to real life. We are always searching for one thing or the other. But having to think of ways to actually achieve that, having to think of ways to actually find X or find Y enables us to be able to solve life problems. Thinking of, okay, um I have to look for, maybe I have a particular problem at hand, having to think of, okay, this, what and what do I need to achieve this problem, writing it down. Okay, this is the path I need to follow. Okay, this is, even if you have similar problems with a particular person or a particular friend, you will take different paths to it. And that's the same thing with maths. Okay, trying to find X and Y. The way I will find X, the path might be different from the way this other person will find it. But all we are striving at is what? Finding X or finding a particular solution to a problem. So mathematics increases your problem solving skills. Now another thing is it helps you in any career, like we've already mentioned before. Then math is a universal language. One plus one is two here in Nigeria, in America, in Ghana, no matter where you are. Laws of indices, x raised power of a plus x raised power of b is equal to x plus a plus b, no matter where you are. So if I know the rules here, I know them in America, I know them in Ghana, wherever I may be, it's still the same thing. Like we said, know the rules, know the patterns, and know the procedures. Now, math also builds your self confidence. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation whereby you've been trying to solve a particular question and it proves to be so difficult. But then immediately you find out, oh, it's actually like this. It makes you feel so proud, and then you just want to teach somebody else. Okay, it's actually like this, this. It makes you feel so confident. It boosts your confidence. It makes you feel happy. Math does that. Now, it helps you to be persistent. When you know that I have to just solve this X, I have to just solve this Y, or they're giving me the Y, the X, find the differential of a particular thing, I have to do this. It helps you to actually stay on that thing. And what does that do in real life? It helps us to be persistent. Oh, I need to actually do this. I need to finish this. I need to do this. Whatever strategies I have to um, bring into this, I have to just achieve this particular thing. Math helps you to think that. And I think it helps you to be creative. Creative in the sense that thinking of ways of achieving a thing, thinking of Thinking out of the box, not necessarily okay. I have to follow this particular path to achieve this. No, there are lots of ways. There's always a way. The thing is, this in mathematics, the path may be different, but the answer is either right or wrong. Sorry. So whatever path you follow, it doesn't matter. What is very important is what I achieve at the end. What is my answer at the end? Sorry about that. Sorry, please help us to mute your mic. Please help us to mute your mic so that it doesn't interrupt the class. It's a recorded class. Thank you. So now also it helps kids understand the world around them better. Now an example here I gave is when you have to say, okay, I have 5 cookie jars in the kitchen, and sorry, I have 5 cookies in a jar, and then I have 3 jars in the kitchen. How many do I have? It helps you to know that, oh, 3 times 5 is actually 15. Or you have your child actually counting, okay, I have 5 cookies here, cookies in one jar, 5 cookies in another jar, 5 plus 5, 5 cookies in the last jar, 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15, which still means 3 times 5 is 15, which also still means 5 times 3 is 15, which also helps us to understand multiples. Sorry, please help us to mute your mic, please. Which also helps us to understand which also helps us understand the multiples of 3, right? So it's math is really very, 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 very important. So how can we relate it to our why should I even love math? Like why do I have to love math? Just a quick one. Look at everything around you. I don't know what you have around you right now, but for everything around you, you would need math for something. Is it to cook, right? Is it to particularly solve a to solve a problem? Is it to make a decision, weighing the x and the y's, weighing the different paths I need to follow? That's math. So if I know how to find my x and my y, then I can actually apply them in my real life circumstances, in my real life problems. It helps, like I already said, it develops problem solving skills. Now, how can we apply some real life application of mathematics? Pythagoras theorem. It says that the longest side, the square of the longest side is equals to the square of the two other sides in a triangle. That's x square is equal to y square plus z square. Pythagoras theorem can be applied in architecture. Sine and cosine functions can also be applied in force on space. Logarithms for measuring pH. pH has to do with acids, measuring your acids, your base, your salt. Then probability equations also help with disaster risks. Okay, what's the probability of they use it also in matches. Okay, what's the probability that this particular club will win or this particular club will lose? Probability is probability of failure plus probability of pass is equal to 1. That's math. Exponential functions are used for bacterial growth and decay. Fractions for cooking, and then binomial theorems for weather forecasting. These are okay. Okay, someone just said I'm in GES 2. So for people in GES 2, you have to just deal with just basically decimals, indices, right? And these are things that are in our everyday life, right? When we have to look for, knowing that when I have the same base, x raised power of 2, x raised power of 3, that's the same base, right? Fractions, changing of fractions to decimal, decimal to fractions. Those things are things we have to apply in our everyday life. Like I said, when we're trying to find the cookie jar, we have 5 cookies in one jar, in 5 cookies in each jar, and we have 3 jars. That's just 3 times 5, real life circumstances. So for somebody in GES 2, you don't have to even deal with, I think you have Pythagoras theorem in GES 2. You have Pythagoras theorem in GES 2. So Pythagoras theorem can be applied in architecture. So don't feel like, oh, it's just for now. When you want, if you hope to read architecture in the future, you would apply this particular math. For engineering students also, differential equations. You would use them for everything that you need to do. Even in chemical equations, you need maths, right? For every aspect, you need maths. Also, so math also helps us in figuring out distances, time, and cost for travel, where we have to find speed, right? Our speed is what? The change in distance with time. It helps us with that. Understanding our cars, our trucks, our homes, things that happen around us. Oh, okay. She said she has not reached that topic yet. You will get to that very soon. But this is just where you can apply that, right? So another thing is even in sports, math can be applied in sports, can be applied in music. You can find your math every and anywhere. Math is beautiful. And just like we said, it's a major ability that helps. It's something that builds your memory, accuracy, your talent, hard work, and sincerity. Why won't you like to learn maths when it will help you in building your memory? When you make mistakes, it's not that you are going to just fail. You know that even when I make mistakes, I can do it over and over and over again. When it helps me to be persistent, it helps me to be disciplined. Why won't I love maths? When it helps me and helps to build my brain, that's memory. It helps me to be more accurate. These are things that can help you, and that is maths. He said the only way to learn maths is to do maths. Actually, you have to do the maths. You cannot just say, I would learn maths without doing it. You must do it. And how can you learn it? By repeatedly doing it. Oh, there are a lot of formulas in maths. How do I learn all those formulas? All you need to do, whether you're in just one, you're in just two, you're in primary five, you're in primary one, you're in SS3, division changing from fraction to decimal is the same thing. If I have to do 0.25 to a whole to fraction, it is just me saying, okay, I move the decimal to the right hand side. 1, 2. That is 25 over 100. Or whatever class you are, that is what you need to do. Now, another person says that Shakuntala Devi says that without maths, there's nothing you can do. Everything is numbers. Everything around you is numbers. And I will also add, use whatever you know. If it is 1 plus 1, how can I break whatever big thing I have into that particular thing that I already know? Because they cannot give you what is above you for whatever class you are. In just 2, you deal with what just 2 does. And all we just do is build upon. If I do it, and this is in just 2, I would also do it in SS1, SS3. And I was also write YX when indices in WAEC. So for what you have right now, you will do it. All they do is what? Build on it. So what do you need to do? Learn it from now. And I'll say it again. Use what you know to get that answer you want. So for any, I've seen a lot of people saying they have very poor grades in maths and all that. This class is just basically to tell you why maths is important and why you need to know maths. But for further coaching and for further teaching, you can send me a message. I was one that sent the Zoom link on our WhatsApp group chat. So you can just send me a message with the particular topic you have a problem with, and then we'll treat it individually. We would have different classes on different topics going from we have our Easter coming up, so we have our class. Just don't leave the WhatsApp group. We have that class, an Easter class coming up. So we'll send the link and send also the topic we'll be treating. But if you want particular topics that you have issues with and personal coaching, just send a message to me and we'll be there to help you. Now, a video of this particular webinar will be released tomorrow. And if you would love to rewatch it again, it will be released by 8 p.m. tomorrow. Thank you so much for staying to the end. Do we have any questions? Okay, do we have any questions? Ayeni, Dr. Ruhi, anybody? with any question? Okay, so just like I was saying from the comments box, um if you have any particular question, if you have anything at all, just send me a direct message with a particular topic and then I will explain to you. You can always send me a picture of maybe a question that is giving you issues to my WhatsApp. Will attend to you. Okay. Yes, you can ask your question, please. Okay. She says, what's the bad meaning of, why do you want to know the bad meaning of maths? Okay, the bad meaning of maths is mental abuse to human, but that is not what you should have. You should remember that math is mistakes allow thinking to happen, right? So, but the bad meaning of maths, like she requested, is mental abuse to human or mind aching terrible homeworks. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the class. And I'll still say you can send me a message with your questions, right? Dr. Ree, you can send me a message with your questions. Just snap it and then send to my WhatsApp, and I'll be able to answer you. Thank you very much, and have a good night rest. Thank you.